Welcome to the Dong of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt Draft 2019 with your hosts, Dan Hansen and James Krakowski.
Hello, and welcome to the 2019 draft for the Dong of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt.
And it is great to be here as we had a tremendous first year last year and hoping to capitalize on it once again this year.
Absolutely. Normally when I wear this suit, it means I'm going to chokeslam someone.
Normally when I wear the suit, it means that I was a former intern for the Islanders.
One of these things might still happen today. Anyway, with that said, yes, as Dan said, last year was the inaugural 2018 Dong of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt, then named Don of Long Beach.
And due to technicalities, there was a winning team of you, myself, as well as Max Hakeem, who cannot be here. He's unfortunately in Buffalo.
Yes.
They did manage to find Josh first, but we got all of it.
We had all the points.
All the points. So.
Last year was a great first round, but round two this year will be higher in competition and higher in fun.
And it will be color-coded as well, as we will have 4 teams this year: the blue team, the red team, the green team, and the yellow team. So without further ado, I don't know if you have any other points.
So first we'll just run down the competitors that we have. We'll be dividing the draft into 2 rounds today. The first round is of all the competitors who are confirmed to be competing on this Tuesday. And with that, so we have 8 people within that bracket. The second round are people who are on the fence and not yet confirmed, but we know you're going to be.
And we'll try to squeeze you in.
Yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So the returning competitors, as Dan alluded to, Dan Hansen, returning champion, is the only member of the champion team from last year, is returning. So Dan is on the board. Justin Gussler, a ferocious competitor last year.
And our esteemed cameraman for this important press conference.
Which you can't see, but you can trust that he's there in a Pier 1 shirt with a Coke. Justin will be returning to the playing field as well this year, along with his partner from last year, Anthony Orza, who also is one of the distinguished birthday honorees of this event, along with Dan.
May 29th.
May 29th.
So I am May 28th.
Yeah, exactly. So Orza will once again be back in competition. And Josh Schwimmer, who technically was not an outright competitor last year. Josh was the famed item each year in the Dong of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt. And there is one person who is to be found.
And while it's not technically the finish line, it is essentially, if you find everything, he is the last thing you need to find. You try and get everything out of the way first, then find the item or person, as we like to put it.
Yes. The rules will be explained in a follow-up video later this weekend. However, Josh will no longer be an item this year. He will be fighting for the crown of Dong of Long Beach.
Josh Schwimmer has joined the battle.
Indeed.
Everyone's here.
Now, as far as the other 2 returning competitors, not actually competing, I myself, a former team member of House Hansen last year, will not be competing this year. I will be taking the role of the item, which again will be explained at a later date. But also Max Hakeem, also known as Mox, will not be competing in traditional fashion.
He's currently stranded in Buffalo studying for his CPA exams. And that sounds a lot of fun.
Yes, I would not do that ever, but that's okay.
Big Stan.
Yes, yeah. Max will be integral in the competition as well, which will also be revealed at a later date. And so with the returning competitors covered, we now go to the second crop of talent in the first round of the 2019 draft. That being the new competitors to the 2019 Scavenger Hunt competition.
And they will make for a great addition, as everyone is always welcome to take part in the Scavenger Hunt. And everybody should have as much fun as we did last year.
And we had a great time. With that said, the first of these competitors is Ethan Armack. Ethan, a always very gung-ho type of guy who is willing to give it his all.
Always down for anything, an enjoyer of 90s cartoons and Avatar.
Yes. It's important that we compete tonight. And so Ethan will be a acclaimed part of this new challenge, as well as also Ethan Peters. Ethan Peters is another new competitor that will be joining the fray this year, and brings his own spunk and pizzazz to the game, which I think will be a very enjoyable and interesting element.
You can't have one Ethan without the other, and we're very happy that Ethan Peters will be joining the fight as well.
Absolutely. Then from there we have Ian Rieger, my cousin, who I don't know his familiarity with the Long Beach area, but as we've come to learn, and as much as you guys have, Ian is definitely going to loaf around and oaf around and make his way through.
But but he is a fast learner, and he is a very competitive man,
Yes.
an esteemed intellect when it comes to trivial knowledge.
Yes.
So he'll be able to figure out Long Beach pretty quickly, I would think.
And his musical, we'll just say his musical
Taste?
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say his lineage, coming from his father, John Rieger, will definitely help whichever team he's on in their car ride around town, as it will soothe the mind and amplify the energy.
Can we just say, like, what a guy,
What a
right?
guy, John Rieger. You know, I mean, listen. If John was an eligible competitor, first of all, it'd be very unfair. It'd be like having Bo Jackson back. You can't do it.
No, man.
But you know,
He'd probably just win.
just for showing up.
Yeah.
But with that said, Ian definitely brings that strong second generation talent to the game, along with
And maybe we'll get John in next year.
Hey, listen,
You never know.
You just gotta keep up. Hey, who knows? John could be part of the scavenger, and he could be a member of the new item list. Who's to say? Who's to say? But we also have my brother Jesse Krakowski, who is taking part in his first scavenger hunt as well.
Back from beautiful California,
Yes,
in
yes.
Southern California, where they have no water.
Yes.
You know,
Well,
droughts are bad.
Yeah.
But like Jesse is definitely happy to be back on the East Coast. Where there is not as bad a drought, I guess.
point being, whether it's Long Beach, California, or Long Beach, New York, Jesse is adept in the beaches.
And hey, Long Beach, California, fuck you.
You heard it here. So Jesse will bring his knowledge of beaches and finding things to the table here as well. So those are round one entries. So we certainly have a diverse and eclectic group there. But round two is also a very interesting group. And so the way that things will go here is round one, you will be definitively placed into your teams. Round two, however, you'll be placed into teams and it will be tentative. If the day comes, certain people aren't able to show up, whatever it may be, we can mix and match accordingly. But these are your proposed teams that we'll be picking here.
If you are able to compete.
That is true. With that being said, Kenny is one of the first round two entries. I think you can attest most to.
Kenny is a very handsome man and will do very well. He's always down for anything. We went to Boston once for 5 hours and then left. That's a true story. We were there for basically an entire car ride to Boston as far as duration, and he it was a good travel buddy and will be an even better teammate from what I understand.
Well, that is a huge plus for whoever is lucky enough to get him on their team. Additionally, we have Madison,
Yes.
the only female competitor this year. Definitely an interesting dynamic being added here.
Yes, absolutely. And Madison, she is a born leader. She was the personnel director at WRHU for the last year, and she is always ready to lead groups of people, and she will definitely aid in whatever team she joins.
Interesting. With that being said, we also have Steve Shaw, a potential round two pick here.
And Steve, listen, fuck Wild by Nature, man. You will not remember that shit a year from now. Come to the scavenger hunt and have a good time.
You heard it here first. Steve, we are always happy to have you on board, so we hope you'll be able to make it and compete. And additionally, this is a confirmed entry, but due to his time clock, he is in the second round. We have John Wynn.
A graduate of Nassau Community College.
Yes, congratulations to John Wynn on his big accomplishment this week. With that being said, though, he's going to see how well the studies of Nassau Community College apply to the real world of scavenger hunt play.
Around Long Beach, New York, where he is, he's from here. This is his home.
He
knows
has
it.
home field advantage.
He may not drive, but he definitely can get around.
That's true. But John Wynn is on whichever team he is placed on in the second round, he is definitively on that team. So we'll see where the wind blows. So that is our round two. And
Actually, it's very windy today, so
it
it's
is
a sign.
It is a sign, indeed. Our injured reserve, unfortunately, these people will not be able to compete, but they deserve to be recognized for their willingness or just the fact that they were put in the group and said no. Regardless, we have Clev, Kevin Denson.
Unfortunately, Clev's dead.
Yeah, we found out today Clev is buried in a shed in the back. But Clev is a huge Kung Fu Panda fan, and good on you for that. We will get the Blu-rays.
And Clem is also unfortunately, a huge denier of The Matrix 2 and 3, so he needs to watch those at some point soon.
I would stand with Clev on that. But
You know what? You need to watch the movies before you criticize them.
Well, I've watched them, and I'm still...
You got some damn nerves.
With that said, Clev, best of luck in recovering from your ankle injury. Lucas Schloth, unfortunately, will be also unable to compete. Lucas is a new proprietor in a job, full-time, which he is doing great with, and we're happy for him. So, unfortunately, priorities. But hey,
We love you, Luca.
Yes, absolutely. Keep on going. We have Connor Lutz, my friend from the University of Delaware, offensive guard. Connor is a big-time fun guy, and that's not just in reference to mushrooms. He's just a fun person to have around.
Connor took a penalty during the Stony Brook game that we all went to, and we felt bad.
That's true. I forgot about that. It's very random, but yeah, Connor, good luck with that never-ending shoulder injury. So get back out there for the next scavenger hunt after you heal up from that.
Golden guys.
Chris Dane.
Yeah, my right-hand man from the first day of WRHU to this day, even though he works in the city and I don't see him as much. Chris, you are definitely going to be missed.
We already have him being your right-hand man, and it's a right-hand injury that has kept him out of competition.
Yes, and his left-hand man, unfortunately, Justin Grant, will not be able to assist him as well. Chris is a big Justin Grant fan.
Sorry, Justin and Chris. That said, Jesse Bua also on the injury reserve. Jesse,
another handsome man.
Another handsome man, absolutely.
And we learned the other day because of Snapchat's gender filter, he made a very attractive woman as well.
Yeah. These are things that we didn't expect to learn, but we did.
Yeah.
Jesse, heal up that finger so you can get back to strumming the guitar. John Paul, my older brother, will not be in competition. Frankly, things would have probably gotten out of hand if he didn't have a head injury that's been afflicting him for many years. So
it's definitely affected his Family Guy impersonation, that's for sure.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. But yes, so John Paul, rest up. You're actually probably still sleeping right now because I spoke to you 45 minutes ago and you were in bed. And Mausner.
I'll see you at the Met game on Sunday. That'll be fun. Unfortunately, Kenny can't go now, but fortunately, I get to go with you now, so that'll be fun. We wish you were able to join the scavenger hunt, but another day.
2020.
Fully Justin year.
That said, those are all the competitors and not so competitive competitors. We also have Austin Zimmer taking on the role of referee. Last year, Kate Hansen, the sister of our birthday honoree, was in the role of ref. Unfortunately, she is in Boston this year and cannot compete, so Boston will be taking on the role of the Bostonian.
Yes.
And so Austin will be our esteemed and very official.
Yeah.
So
a very by the books guy. He
Absolutely.
will get it done.
Yeah.
He follows order. He loves injustice for all. So how could you not love order?
He's one of those guys that he's halfway down the stairs, halfway up the stairs.
Yeah.
He just knows where he sits.
He's not at the
And
bottom. He's not at the top.
No, he's right where he's supposed to be. Yeah. And so him and his brother Robin will all be greatly appreciated in their time during the scavenger hunt, even though Robin will not be in the scavenger hunt.
And again, to throw it out there, Emily is invited as well if you would like to join.
That said, honorable mentions, people who just had no ways to even remotely make this work. As we mentioned, Kate up in Buffalo, not Buffalo, in Boston.
That's Mux.
That is Mux. And also Chris Hendrick.
Who's in Penn State right now, not Syracuse, which I thought you were.
Well, that's okay, but we'll see you soon, Chris, hopefully.
Justin will miss you.
Justin will miss you most of all. That said, so the game has changed a little bit this year. The basics is it's still a scavenger hunt. However, the exact objects and challenges and actions that will be required, those will be tweaked and played with to up the level of fun and competition, but that will be revealed later this weekend.
Yes.
It'll be a good time. A great time.
Always is.
Yeah,
well, only happened once, but
yes.
it'll be good.
Always
I actually went to the Walgreens the other day for the first time since the scavenger hunt.
Oh, really?
And it was, I thought about whatever objective we had to do there.
Whatever it was fun.
Yeah.
That said, 8 p.m. Tuesday night, Battlefield is where it's going to happen. And where it's going to happen is where it's going to happen. With that said, it's time, Dan.
For the draft. And the order of teams, as far as what teams will go first, the first pick will be blue, then red, then green, then yellow, and then it'll repeat itself, and then into the second round as well.
Yes. So,
without further ado,
it's draft time. And so, round one of the 2019 Dong of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt Draft is here. The names are in this cheese Linda McMahon hat. I will shake up the hat and shake up the names. And Dan Hansen will be picking the names in order of blue, red, green, yellow, like I said before. Without further ado, the first overall pick and the first pick for Team Blue in the 2019 draft.
Jesse Kwiatkowski.
Jesse Kwiatkowski is the first overall pick and the first member of Team Blue. All right, and now the second overall pick and the first pick for the red team. Shake it up a little bit. Dan, can you wait? And let's see who we have. Second overall, first pick for the red team.
Ethan Peters.
Two first timers with the first two overall picks. Interesting.
Now Team Green.
Let's see what happens. Third overall, first for Green. What do we got? Exciting times indeed.
Ian Rieger.
Oh, all the first timers are getting picked first. Interesting. All right, we've got a nice mix right out of the gate here. Fourth overall, first pick for yellow. What do we got, Dan?
We have
I hope you enjoyed the soothing tones of Creepio in the background, by the way.
myself, Daniel Hansen. Team Yellow.
The yellow team has a returning champion. Very interesting. Fifth overall, second pick for the red team. Blue team.
Blue team.
Woo. Great song. This is on Spotify. If you don't know what this is, come watch All on Star Wars with us the week of July 14th.
Justin Gussler.
Justin Gussler's on the blue team. Jesse and
Jesse
Justin.
and
Yes, Jesse and Justin comprising the first round picks for the blue team. Interesting dynamic. All right. Dan, what do we have second overall for the red team? Sixth overall.
Ethan Armack.
The two Ethans on the same team together.
It's almost like the draft is rigged.
It almost seems like it.
And
Oh,
we
it's
have
not.
2 selections left.
All right.
The green team.
Green team, second pick, seventh overall. We've got
Anthony Orza.
Orza has teamed up with Ian.
Which means the last pick.
And our final first round pick, eighth overall, second for the yellow team, along with Dan Hansen,
Josh Schwimmer.
Josh and Dan. And there you go, that's the first round of the draft. When we come back, the second round, and things will get interesting. Welcome back to the second round of the 2019 Dawn of Long Beach Scavenger Hunt Draft. We have our
Final 4 for round 2.
Yep. Exciting times. And again, these are tentative with the exception of John Wynn, whichever team he ends up on, he's going to be on. But with that said, let's do this, in the words of Creepio.
And Lindsey McMahon.
Yes, limited manwich. All right. Ninth overall, third pick for the blue team. Who do we have joining Jesse and Justin Gussler?
Steve Schulk.
Tentatively has joined the blue team. Interesting team. All right. Red. 10th overall, third for the red team. What do we have?
Madison Wright.
All right. She joins Ethan and Ethan. There you go. All right. 11th overall, third for the green team. Joining Ian Rieger and who? We'll figure it out in a second, yeah.
John Wind.
John Wind officially on the green team with Ian, and who was the other person? Don't take it personally, I don't remember, but I'll figure this out. Was it Orza? I think it was Orza, right?
It was,
yeah. All right, Orza, Ian, and John. There we go. All right.
And finally,
the final overall pick of the draft.
The yellow team, we have Kenny Conrad.
Kenny has joined Dan and Josh. So there we go. Those are your 4 teams as of right now. Those are scheduled to change if any of those second rounders are unable to attend, or if anyone else has to join late, because that is still a possibility. We have several days until competition kicks off.
Free agency is eternal.
Oh, it is. So if you're in, great. If you're not in yet, get in. And if you don't know what we're talking about, get in anyway. So that said, we have our teams. Blue, Justin Gussler, Jesse Murkowski, and Steve Shaw. Asterisk. Red, Ethan Peters, Ethan Armack, and
Madison Wright.
Yeah. Green, Ian Rieger, Orza, and John. That's the
And John
one.
is the green team as Justin predicted.
Yes, Justin did prior to this predicted John was going to be on the green team. Wherever the wind blows. And yellow, Dan Hansen, Josh Schwimmer, and Kenny. So, it is an exciting matchup that we've got brewing here at House Hansen. Once again, 8 p.m. Tuesday night. The battle begins in this yard here next to the grave of Kev. Anything can happen. It can happen anywhere. Anything. That said, thank you for joining us for the 2019 draft. I'm Jason Kowski along with Dan Hansen. Justin, good job filming. Proud of the fact that I hate the phone now, so that's okay. I don't blame you, I blame the phone. I blame Apple. With that said, it's a singularity, is it not?
It sure is.
Yes. That said, thanks for joining us for the 2019 draft, and we will see you Tuesday night.
Good night.
Good night.